Hey friends, it's Megan Elizabeth and Nate. He's here with me today. He actually was off work and we had some time to work on some things together. We actually got to spend a little time at Target together today. I know, you can't see his face right now, but he's really excited about that.
Smile from ear to ear.
Yeah, right. Anyway, but we did find this really cute wood hanging sign in the dollar bin section. So it was $3. And I thought it was stinking adorable. And we got some new Valentine's Day transfers. And a bunch of different things. And just the other day, I did this Peace, Joy, Believe transfer live. And Nate, what did you say? Well, you thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
But you didn't know what this was called, right?
No.
Do you remember?
No.
It's okay. I'm putting you on the spot. He was like, how did you do that? And it's called the ombre effect.
Oh. Gotcha.
And I thought I would show you how to do it with a couple colors. So we're going to do 3 different colors of like a pink for this one. And do the whole thing. I don't know. We're just going to have some fun with it. So I'm going to give these to Nate to stir and to open. Here, let's just show really quick. This is what they can look like after they sit for a little while. The pigments, there's a lot of natural pigments in here. They can separate. Sometimes they can get a little hard. Nate's just going to give them a good stir on each one of those while I prep the transfer. So we decided to do a couple videos today because we wanted to welcome our new Canadian friends to our Chalk Couture team. Nate and I do this as a team, even though he doesn't know quite as much from, like, I guess a designer creative standpoint. He's very engaged in helping grow the business and with the team and with actually making like wood signs and frames and behind the scenes guy. So anyway, one thing that I do is I write what the transfer is on the backing sheet. That way it can go back onto the backing sheet. They're reusable, and that way I know which one it needs to go back onto if I was ever doing more than 1 or 2 transfers at a time. And this is a brand new transfer, so I'm actually going to slowly peel it away from the backing sheet. I'm going to make sure that it doesn't stick to itself. And then what I'm going to do is stick it to either a towel or my pant leg or a shirt to get some fuzz on it. What is fuzzing for, babe?
It's it's easier to remove the transfers once they stick to the surface.
To the like non-porous surfaces. Yep. So just a little bit of fuzz on there. It'll prevent it from warping and doing too many wonky or crazy things. Okay, now this particular surface, this is like a wood slat kind of situation. So there's going to be some gaps and holes, and you do want to be mindful of them, especially on larger transfers. Actually, this should probably move over just a little bit more.
Well, but that's what's nice. When you fuzz them, it's easier to remove also.
Yep, you got that, babe. I do want to be mindful that it's on the entire board. It could add some different hearts and different things. The Y was just a little too far off. So I know that there's going to be these little like gaps in between, and sometimes doing like this ombre effect you might notice that a little bit more, but I'm not too worried about it. So I just want to give that like disclaimer. And I'm basically going to kind of morph these 3 colors all the way up the board, and we're going to start with the darker color first, and I'm just going to swipe this on, and I'm doing it a little bit thicker and heavier when I do the ombre because I need it to be able to stay like wet. I don't want it to dry on top of my surface as I go up. I'm probably going to do the most of this coral color, and actually, since I'm going to do most of this coral color, let's go up just a little higher. This is called, this is Jam Current. The next color that I'm going to do is called Couture Coral, and then the color Nate is stirring right now. Can you check the bottom of it? I think it's called Cherry Blossom, but I don't want to misquote myself.
Can we show them this?
Yeah. Go ahead. So this one is actually a little bit thicker. Sometimes the natural pigments or just it sitting over time can thicken it a little bit. He could spritz in just a little bit of purified water, which I'll do for him. And that will help revitalize and refreshen it just a little bit. And actually, I'm just going to spritz a little water on there while we're doing
Should they always use purified water? Or?
You should use a purified or a distilled water. Because of the natural pigments, there is some findings that it can, what's the word I'm looking for? It can cause like, I don't want to say mold, but it kind of is like a mold, which is kind of off-putting, I guess, to some people, but it's not.
Well, as long as they use distilled water, they'll never have that issue.
Yeah, you wouldn't have that issue, so. All right. So now what I'm doing is I'm swiping these colors kind of together, and I'm morphing it and blending it on top of the transfer. And I'm kind of swiggling it. Like I'm really meshing these two lines together, which I find with bigger transfers, you can get like a lot more of an ombre effect, which I think is really cool and fun, versus just having like a tiny little like one gradient line transfer. One gradient line on your transfer is what I'm trying to say. So you can kind of see like that color grading versus it just kind of blending right there in the center line. So you're getting a lot more morph from that standpoint. With that, I'm going to just throw these right into my water. I feel like maybe I need a little bit more of that. Well, we might use a little more Couture Coral, but we'll see.
I think that might be a little thick yet. Should we, or is it okay?
Oh, no, that's fine. It should be like a creamy yogurt-like consistency. This one has been thicker from the beginning. I find, honestly, like the lighter colors almost seem a little bit thicker to me, even the white. Now I'm almost wondering with this color, this is a light pink, but I'm wondering if it's going to be almost too light on the white wood. So I'm just throwing these right into my water. I just have a little like tin tray here. I'm going to grab more Couture Coral and we're going to blend this up. So again, a lot of diversity in use to be able to go between the colors and what am I trying to say? Help me.
Well, it just helps them blend together better.
Yeah. Where's my paper towel? Can I use that paper towel? I just want to clean this off a little bit, and I'm going to swipe away some of the...
Now let me ask you this: when you swipe away, when you remove the excess, can you put that back in a jar, or do you want to get rid of that? Yeah,
you're just going to get rid of the excess of this. Typically, when you're just doing one color, it definitely goes right back into the jar. But you can see I'm really blending those colors together, and that'll mess up your solidness of your colors. So what I want to do here is I'm going to remove from the bottom first, because this is where I first applied, and it's starting to dry along the bottom there, so you can kind of see I swiped back over it again. Actually, the gapping isn't that bad in here. It kind of soaked into some of the gaps, which is kind of cool. And you can see this color here at the top is a lot lighter. It shows up, but you can see the top of the Love is really light comparatively. But I love the way that looks. Love you madly. That's like a great Valentine's board.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a lot of fun to do. You can really have a lot of fun with the colors. And then these areas where maybe it bled a little bit or isn't quite the way you want it to be, or maybe you don't want it to go all the way into the gaps, you can use a Q-tip or even a toothpick to kind of chip away at it once it dries, or just use a little bit of water. You can just set it right in here, right in here. And then the transfer is actually just going to go right into our little water bath. And then I will... Actually, Nate will, because this is what he's so good at behind the scenes.
I was going to say, behind the scenes.
Washing it off. We'll just wash it off completely. You don't want to leave it sit in the water for too long, but it washes it off quickly. And then you just use a disinfectant wipe to...
Clean off the vacuum sheet.
Oh, yeah. You just...
Clean off the...
sticky part. Yeah. You just use a disinfectant wipe to clean off the sticky part of the transfer, and then let it dry sticky side facing up, and it goes back onto your transfer sheet and into your bag, and it's really that simple. You guys can make more with us over at our exclusive Makers Club. It's called She Makes. All the details for that are available in the comments and description of this video. And then you can also become part of our designer family, which is a very fun group of designers who make as hobbyists or make to grow their own businesses in Chalk Couture, and we are now welcoming designers in parts of Canada and all over the US. So no matter where you are, we actually have made a goal for 2019 that we would love to have 2 designers from each state and parts of Canada be a part of our team for 2019. So we would love to have you. We have a very fast expanding team, and if you have any questions, let us know. Both of us will get back to you. So have a great day, guys. Enjoy the moments. We'll see you soon.
Bye.